Hi there, American travellers. How are you doing? So this morning flew back from Orlando into Gatwick. I just thought I'd share some quick observations if you are travelling to the States, particularly to the Florida, Orlando area over the coming months. So I went out there the middle of April, third week of April, and just got back today. Before you travel to the States, you need an Esta, and you can do all that online. It takes 20 minutes to do. The most important thing is make sure that you've got the passport numbers exactly as it appears within your passport. So learning point for me was one of the party was traveling on an Irish passport. Irish passports have got an alpha first two numbers, and I dropped them on the Esta, which created confusion and a little bit of panic and anxiety at the check-in. Luckily enough, you know, the turnaround time for an Esta is 20 minutes, an hour, something like that. So I just reapplied and there you go. Second thing was flying out through Dublin saves a hell of a lot of time, and I would definitely do that again. At Dublin, they've got pre-clearance, so effectively you clear US customs in Dublin, and that process in the past when I've been going to the States has taken anything up to 90 minutes, and in Dublin it took 90 seconds. Literally walked up, no queue, they looked at it, stamped it, that was it, off you go. So I would really definitely do that if you can pre-clear via Dublin. The other documents that they look for at check-in are your UK NHS COVID pass, and also you need an observed lat flow test. There's two ways that you can do this. You can either do it online or you can do it in person, and I've got experience of both. I did it online with a company called MedicSpot, and don't use them. It cost me, can't remember how much it cost me. They sent me through the tests. I've got the tests here, something like that. Went online to book an appointment, you know, because you need to do it the day before you actually travel. So I was traveling on a Wednesday, so you needed to get it done on a Wednesday, on the Tuesday. As it was, couldn't get any appointments. It was a waste of time. It was anxiety that I didn't need. So MedicSpot didn't do it for me. What I ended up doing was doing something called fast COVID test, and they are physically located in a hotel near Gatwick. Lots of the hotels around Gatwick are pretty empty at the moment, so they've set up shop in a function room in a hotel. You rock up there, a lady gives you a lat flow test, and you get the results back in 15 minutes. You print that off, rock up at check-in, they take a look at that. No one ever looks at it again. Okay, nobody even glances at it when you're in the States. Nobody looks at it again. Now, interestingly, I was in Florida, went around the theme parks, must have seen tens of thousands of people. It's spring break. It was absolutely heaving. Less than 1% of people were wearing a mask. That, like, it's nobody wears a mask in the States. So very, very few people were wearing a mask in the States. So that was a learning for me. Touch wood, I'm okay. Yeah, hardly anyone wore a mask in the States. Next thing was that was a bit of a surprise. So I've not been to the States, I think, since 2018, perhaps 2017. Got to the States this time. Wow, is it expensive? It like just seemed to me to be 30% more expensive than UK prices, and I think UK prices are expensive compared to, you know, Spain, where I basically overwintered. Yeah, I don't know whether Florida is representative of other parts of the States, and clearly I was doing touristy things and staying in touristy locations, but it felt like it was pretty expensive. Now, I've been to Florida a lot. Okay, I must have vacationed there 8 times, 10 times, and Florida is a Republican state, and normally they're pretty welcoming, and you know, you're made to feel part of it. Didn't really get that vibe this time, and I think that reflects a broader division that's going on within the states. And I saw plenty of, you know, flags from good old boys saying Trump won, you know, Trump 2024 and all that kind of thing. And it just feels like the States just isn't having a good time just at the moment. Now, if you're going to Orlando, and you're hiring a car, make sure that you're getting car insurance. Okay, so you need to have car insurance. Orlando is Florida is one of those states where statewide insurance isn't included, so make sure that you get car insurance. The other thing that you need to do is get a pocket full of quarters and put them in the glove compartment in your car, because sometimes you'll end up on toll roads and you'll need to go through a toll pass, and it's either the easy pass or you need to pay for it using quarters, and you won't have any quarters. Don't get stuck with that, because that ends up being a difficult situation. I'm just trying to think what else. So we flew out Aer Lingus, went from Heathrow, Dublin, had like 3 or 4 hours in Dublin, pre-cleared in Dublin to Orlando, full of kids. Aer Lingus were excellent, really, really good. I would definitely fly with Aer Lingus again. Coming back, BA into Gatwick South, chaos. The check-in there was, it took us over an hour just to check the bags. Now, we checked in online. All that we had to do was check the bags off. And it was an hour of pretty much chaos. And I think that is, the ground crew were pretty young and inexperienced. I don't think there were people that were used to dealing with that many families. And also the travellers, a lot of the travellers I don't think had travelled before with their kids. You know, there was family units with kids, and they were all travelling as family units, and yeah, it was pretty much chaos at check-in. The flight ended up getting into Gatwick South an hour late, because we took off late and we were on the ground late. And other than that, you know, the flight itself was okay, and the actual air crew were really nice. Interestingly, they don't do duty free on the plane anymore. Apparently they stopped it during the pandemic. They just don't do it, and they're not going to do it again. If you've got any questions, let me know. It was a good trip. Really enjoyed myself. The weather was perfect. It was one of those. It was a special kind of family trip. And we made a big deal of it. And you know, you've probably seen the other videos. If not, check them out. You know, we did Universal, Islands of Adventure, jet skis, machine guns. We did the whole 9 yards. And yeah, but probably won't be doing it again for a few years. It just feels like America just isn't as welcoming as I remember it in my mind. Take care, travellers. See you soon. Bye.